Hi, this is Autumn Bear, acupuncturist, herbalist, and food enthusiast. I wanted to talk a little bit about seasonal eating. There's always a lot out there being talked about. We should eat seasonally and it's better for the body and all those good things, which all of those things are really great, but that's not really what I was going to focus on today. I wanted to talk a little bit about from a Chinese medical perspective, the energetics of food and why we eat particular types of food when we do. So that gives you a little bit more information about why we make our choices. So, for example, when it's wintertime, energetically, our body is going to be cold. I mean, it's cold outside. We're trying to conserve energy. It's something that we want to warm our systems and our internal organs to keep them safe as we go out into the temperatures. So the types of foods we really want to eat are foods that are going to be warming. And warming foods can be everything from temperature, meaning soups, stews, things like that. But also the beauty of soups and stews in the winter is that a lot of the food has been cooked for a really long time. So things get really broken down in those stews and they're much easier to digest so that we're not taxing the digestive system even more than necessary. But warming food can also be the spices we use. A lot of the spices we crave in the wintertime are cinnamons, cardamom, turmeric, and, all those really nice warming kind of aromatic spices. Those have a warming effect. Ginger is a really warming food as well. So those are the types of foods, we want to, or the spices we want to add to our foods to really keep the digestive system active and moving and supporting what we need it to do when it really wants to just kind of be sleepy and lazy the way we do on a cold day. And beyond that, I really recommend, we don't really want to eat a lot of cold foods in the winter. For example, salads and raw foods, juices, anybody who's really big into juicing, it might be fine if you live in Phoenix, Arizona, because the temperature stays really consistent and your body's not really taxed. But anytime we eat cold and raw foods, energetically they're cold, and what they do is they just add a lot of internal cold to the system, and we just have to work extra hard. But it can also cause, constriction in the digestive system so that we're just not digesting things very well. And so when we ask it to do more than it can, it just starts to shut down and we get gas and bloating and, constipation and, poor digestion in general. So, so good rule of thumb is that energetically, when it's cold outside, keep your foods cooked, keep them warm, add those nice warming spices, drink your hot teas, take it easy on the digestive system as much as you can. And your fruits, it's not uncommon to eat fruits that are cooked in the winter as well. Your stewed pears, your cooked apples with cinnamon, things like that. So try to really look towards being creative with your eating and cook as much as you can and really allow that to be part of what you eat in the winter. And, in the reverse, in the summertime, all of our energy is really active and everything is moving and we have so much more what we would call qi or even yang in the summertime. And so when we decide to cool the system down, sometimes we want to eat more raw foods and more juices and things like that, which are actually totally fine and, really great in the summertime. We don't need a high amount of calories in the summer. We tend to really cut back on calories in the summer. We like our fruits and, things become ripe and so we're energetically ready to eat those. So it's a good time for those to happen. But the things you do want to avoid are things like ice cream and anything really, really super cold, because that can still cause constriction in the body and cause it to be extra taxed even when it's warm outside. So limit your amounts of ice creams and frozen drinks and things like that just to take it easy on the digestion. And, of course, in your autumn and your spring, the things that pop up at that time, asparagus is really common in the spring. It's a spring vegetable. Those are the types of things that you really want to eat. We don't have as many temperature restrictions in the spring and the fall. Just to remember, we want to nourish the body. Cooked foods are always going to be more nourishing. So be kind to yourself. Enjoy the seasons. Get out there and make your food interesting and see what you can find. If you've never cooked with squash in the fall, maybe try a new squash recipe and stay interested in your food. All right, talk to you soon.